Hello and welcome back. So in this video I thought I would just give you an update on what I've been up to. I'm sorting out the paintwork basically, but before I show you that I'll just about to hone this barrel. I've done the other one. I think I said in an earlier video this bike has had a rebore already, and it was only done about 4 maybe 5,000 miles ago. I know that for a fact because, as I said, I do know the previous owner has had it since 1978 or 79, I can't remember which, but a long time ago. And he even had the old piston that was the reason he got this reboard. He still got it was cracked. I'll put a picture up of that. Anyway, so looking at the mileage and the mileage on the receipt, and when all the engine work was done, it's done about 4 maybe 5,000 miles. I can't remember exactly, but these are really good, so I'm pleased with that. So, but I am going to give them a hone. So I've got one of these ball honers, so I'll just give it a quick hone now, show you what it looks like. Pop that in there, and here we go. Should do it. It doesn't need a lot, it's just to clean it up a bit basically. We've got all the cloth here to wipe it out. It just looks like it's had a fresh rebore when you do this. As I said, there's normally, when you know the bores need a rebore, you feel a ridge just here. I think I might have mentioned this in one of my earlier videos. It's where the piston ring comes up to a couple of mil before the top dead centre sort of thing, before this surface, and you get a ridge just here. Well, there's nothing there at all. We can't feel anything, so it's definitely not worn out. And there's no score marks. Very good condition. I'll just clean the rest of this oil out and show you. But the old bit of methylated spirits. It's good for just cleaning. Yeah, so there we are. So I'm pleased with that. As I said, they look really good. Might be difficult to see on camera, but there's no wear there at all. But I will be putting the piston down the bore and checking the clearance between the piston and the bore. That's it's very minor scratch marks here, but they're nothing. They'll appear anyway. In no time at all, so it's not worth doing anything else to it. That's fine. Good. Right, I'll show you what else I've been doing. Right, so what I've been doing, I've got 2 tanks for this bike. I've got the original tank and this one. This is off the last of the T500s, the T500M, 1975, and then obviously after that it went to GT500. But they're all the same. They're all the same mould. It's just the colour scheme obviously is different. But this is a good tank. It's better than the other one. The other one had been dropped on the front, and this was creased here and here, in fact, so it looked like it had gone down head first, and you know, someone's attempted to straighten it, and I mean, it's not severe, but it's not good enough, obviously. This tank has got no dents at all. I'm really pleased with it in that department, and the beauty of it is This was off the bike my mate brought back in 1989, 90, something like that. He brought another complete bike for spares, and that was this. So this tank has been empty for since at least 89, 90, and stored in a dry place, and it was good inside. It did have sort of surface rust, but nothing severe. So I've used, you might have heard of this, Deoxy, there's a few different ones about, and it's just a white powder. I think it's pretty harmless, really. You know, it's not really toxic and dangerous, but you just mix it with water. It does give you instructions on the back of how to do it, but basically I think one bottle would do about 3 tanks, so, you know, and I use about that much to do 1 tank. So you basically mix, as I say, about that much, a cupful I'd say, into a bucket of hot water, you know, really quite hot, not boiling but hot enough, because it mixes better with hot water. It doesn't mix with cold water, it all seems to sit at the bottom. So once it's all mixed, you can't see the powder at all, it dissolves into the water. So you add that and then add it to the tank once it's all mixed, and all I did was leave this for about an hour. I think if you leave it too long, it really sort of eats away at the metal sort of thing, and because I think these are coated, I'm not sure what with, it's not galvanised or zinc plated, but it's got some sort of plating on the inside of these tanks to stop them rusting, although they do eventually, of course. But somebody might really know the answer to that, what they use. But you know, if you get a modern bike, for instance, if you look inside the tank, it looks really shiny metal, and obviously if that was just bare metal, it would rust. It takes a while before they rust. Anyway, so I did it with that. I'll just show you a video of what it looks like inside now after treating it with this. So looking inside the tank, if I can do it, I've got them out in the sun, hoping the sun will sort of put a bit of light into it, but it is in really good condition. You can just about see, how's that? Not bad. That's using that Deoxy stuff, but it was in good condition anyway. To be fair, it only had light rust on the inside, but yeah, that's good. I'm pleased with that. So as you can see, it comes out pretty good. Well, it's come out good enough for sure. I've got all my bikes are quite lucky actually. They've all come out pretty much like this. I've been very, very lucky. The GT250 isn't quite as good, perhaps, but definitely the YDS7 and the H1 are like that inside. Just looks like shiny metal. So yeah, so I'm pleased with that. That's all good to go. As I say, there's no dents in this. It's a good solid tank. So, but I did need the colour. So this being the last, they seem to change the blues all the time. Each year they had a different. If they had a blue bike, Suzuki would do it slightly different to the year before. So what I managed to find on eBay, luckily, was a brand new old stock oil tank. Now it's got the part number on there, and that I did quite a bit of research. That part number, I looked it up on a parts book basically, and that is the only, I think it's the only colour they did, turquoise blue sort of colour. It's a bit of an odd, in fact on the camera it looks almost the same as that, but to the naked eye it's different. But as I say, that part number tallies up to the 1971. It's actually called Candy Jackal Blue. But it doesn't really matter if they did it or other colours. I wanted this colour anyway. So that's it. And it may look very similar to that on camera. But in fact, if I get a bit out in the light a bit more, you can probably see it's actually a sort of turquoisey colour. It changes, as I say, in different lights. If it's in bright sunlight, it looks more turquoise, and if it's in darker shade, it looks bluer. So that's the colour I wanted, but I needed this to get the correct colour for this. I'm sending it to Dream Machine. I've spoke to the guy at Dream Machine, and he said, yeah, if you've got the original colour for him to copy, and this obviously hasn't faded or anything, it's been boxed all those years, so he can match that and then paint that in the same colour. And the good thing is, because this is already painted, it's perfect. If he can get it spot on, it will cost me a bit less, because he's only got to do the tank and one side panel, and he won't have to do this. So you're probably wondering how much it would cost. It was 600 plus VAT to do one side panel and the tank, and that's in the sort of blue and white. It's all white on the top. I'll put a picture up what it should look like. White with white stripes as well along the bottom here. And I say but basically all sort of white on the top, off-white probably. So if he can match it perfectly, he won't need to paint this, which would be ideal. So 600 plus VAT, I think that's £720. If he has to do this again for some reason, whether he can't get it absolutely spot on and prefers to just blow this over to match, then it will be 655 plus VAT, which is about 780 or something, I think. Yeah, I'm sure I've got it on my calculator. Yeah, 786. So yeah, so it's about, you know, 55 pound cheaper if he doesn't have to paint this. So hopefully he won't have to, and plus it'd be nice to, you know, have this original colour anyway. So yeah, the only other thing I've got this so far, I've got this new airbox rubbers. You can see the state of these. Big holes in them. This is the original one. This is a pattern one from Legend Motorcycles on eBay. £50, I think it was. I think you can still possibly get genuine new ones. And I did look on Fowler's, and it says available to order. I think it was about £80. Might have even been plus VAT, but either way, this was only 50 including, and it looks exactly the same. Yeah, it probably says made in Japan underneath, like this one does on the genuine one. But yeah, so that's good. That's fine. Yeah, so we're getting there slowly, and that's about it. So that's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll give you an update next week.